All right, welcome back, guys. I'm joined by Barry again. Barry, good to see you.
G'day. How are we going, chat?
You're my kind of news bringer. You bring me.
I bring you good tidings and information from the top 8.
And which is what we have now. You
Yep.
know what? Let's just cut to the chase. Throw it up, then discuss the names that come up. Bam.
Bam.
There we go.
So
Jai stayed unbeaten.
Jai finished it off. Some of his opponents in the last couple of rounds saw the writing on the wall and said, "Look, I'm not beating you today. Well, I'm not beating you right now. Maybe I'll beat you in the top 8." So Jai gets in with a perfect record.
He got that lucky game against Jason. You never want to say lucky.
Never want to say lucky. No, Jai has earned his 8-0. Hopefully the.
Yeah, it's fine.
Hopefully the.
Of course, there's meant to be 2 ends, but that's okay. Doesn't matter.
Hopefully the undefeated curse doesn't strike him.
Yes. Because you can get complacent.
You can get complacent. Yeah. Now, we are moving into best of 3.
Yes.
We are moving into best of 3, so players, if they make a mistake, they can still rally and win the next 2 or whatever. But this game has no sideboarding.
Yep.
So the decks that they started with are the decks they have to play all day, all 3 games.
So sideboarding, of course, being you can introduce new cards,
swap cards out, but there is no swapping cards in Final Fantasy yet. But you never know. Future's on. So we have, in first place, Jai playing Water Wind. We saw him on stream earlier today. In second place, Jason Lee, who is playing a Lightning Earth Lightning Earth sort of mixture. Next place, we have Chris Matisky playing his sort of Earth Ice.
One person we haven't seen on stream today is Chris. There's a few on this list we haven't seen on stream. So.
Yes. 4, we've got Colin Harris playing Mono Lightning, which is a staple of the metagame. I'm glad to see it come back. It sort of dipped away a little bit as people got more into the Final Fantasy 9, the Type 0 decks, but Mono Lightning's come back.
Yeah.
We'll have exact deck lists for you soon. They're being deck checked right now. Everyone is getting checked just to make sure. Next place, we've got Jonathan Tajajono, who is playing... I'll put it this way. He's playing Mill. And he's a regular around the Victorian scene. If you play against Jono, you're probably going to end up with an empty deck.
Yes. So he's going for that very simple style. We had Ben play earlier.
So he's still Water Wind,
yeah,
but he is much more focused on the milling you out. So he'll probably play a couple of cards that you didn't see in any other Water Wind matches, and he will... That's his goal.
Yeah.
A lot of his wins have been through mill, so you'll see... Like on his damage scored, his damage scored is quite low. He has not done a lot of damage, but he certainly won. He certainly won.
7-1's a 7-1.
7-1's a 7-1. Doesn't matter how you get there. Anyway, in 6th place we have Jason Z, who we had on stream before against Jai. Yeah. Lost a really close one, but I did sort of say
it was an unlucky draw.
Unlucky draw.
So like I say, you don't want to say Jai's lucky because he did play very well.
Yeah, he played very well, but at the same time. Sometimes
the heart of the cards was on his side. I know that's the wrong.
Don't bring that into this.
My bad.
But anyway, he rallied. He won his last. He lost another one, but then he won his last 2. So he is in as the best of the 6 and 2s. Yes. He is playing Water Wind as well. Yes. He is playing a very consistent version of Water Wind with the Danes. Yep. Next place we have Michael Fawkes. Michael Fawkes is playing Mono Earth, focusing on Vincent.
Okay.
So Vincent was one of the marquee characters in Opus 2, and he has a legendary version that features the ability Death Penalty, where he chooses any number of forwards that totals a cost of 5.
Yes.
Or a cost of 7. Yeah. He breaks them.
Yes.
Just kills them. Just straight up,
so
I'm going to kill...
So if you've got like one of those decks that runs a lot of low core characters...
Yeah, low cost. So he's very good against Golbez because Golbez is like, okay, I've got 2. Death penalty, break them.
Bam. It's all over.
And they can't Odin him.
Yes.
They can't break him back with summons. So... Once Vincent's on the field, you're going to have to kill him in combat.
You just have to do it the old-fashioned way.
And at the same time, Vincent's also got a bunch of support cards in the WRO.
Yes.
So anyone who's familiar with the Dirge of Cerberus games, the WRO, I'm not familiar with them, but I do know that the cards are from the Dirge of Cerberus game. Yeah. And then it's all about Vincent. Yes. If Vincent gets on the field, if he can control the board with Vincent and the other effects, golems to save Vincent, all that sort of thing.
Well, to be fair, Vincent's 2 losses have been to what? Jason Lee and Colin Harris, who are both 7-1s. So
Yeah.
if you're going to lose to anyone,
if you're going to lose to anyone, you're going to lose. You want to lose to those guys because
Yes.
that's how helps your tiebreakers. And squeaking in last place, Vincent Scanlon. He was on stream last round. Lost a close one, would you say?
It was a couple of bad calls. He made a couple of bad calls. Jason could have ended it, didn't, and then the shake got to him and he dropped his cards and he had to shuffle. And
yeah. So
yeah.
because for a lot of these guys, this is probably the biggest tournament they've probably ever played in, unless they're a regular on the Magic scene. And from this name, I can't see anyone on there who I've seen from Magic.
Yeah.
So these guys are playing in basically a premier level.
Yeah.
You know, high stakes. I mean, we're talking about flights to Japan.
So I was going to say, so the winner of this then goes on to the
the top 2 get qualification and flights to Worlds in Japan later this year.
Yeah. So do the top 8 say get points towards it if they want to contribute, or is it literally just the top 2?
No, it's just invite.
So it's like an invite only tournament.
It is an invite only event, and those will be our representatives.
Right. Okay. So that's what's on the line.
That is what's on the line. There's other things
you get the
like
shiny, nice trophy.
Yeah, there's trophies. I'll try and bring them on stream later. Everybody got a really fancy like $60 card folder just for making top 8. Top 4 all get a box of Opus 3. That's 36 packs. You know,
nice.
that's $200 retail sort of thing. And then the top 2 get. There's a runner-up trophy. There's a trophy, but if you win that top 4 match, you're going to Japan. Get your passport ready.
That's pretty good.
That's definitely what it's. I'll put it this way. That's all they've come here for. They've
Let's
come
be
home
real.
with the I'm not leaving unless I have a plane ticket.
Oh, and that's fair.
Someone's going to be disappointed at the end of the day because even though there's 8, we've only got 2.
Yeah, and so it is that case of, like you say, the biggest concern for Jai is not getting ahead of himself.
Not
He's
getting
still
ahead
got
of
to play
himself.
6 more matches.
He's still got to win 6 more games. He's got to go 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, or 2-1, 2-1. So ideally, he just wins 2-2-2, and then off he goes. So we have the bracket. So we've got. So it'll be, as with traditional pairings for top 8, it's 1v8, 4v5 on one side of the bracket, 2v7, 3v6 on the other side of the bracket. So Jai is playing Vincent.
Yep.
So
that'll be an interesting one.
It will be an interesting one because it's Water Wind versus Golbez. Now, Golbez is traditionally a tricky matchup for Water Wind unless you're packing the 5-drop unit backup.
Yeah.
The 5-drop unit backup says, if a character is put into the break zone, you may choose to remove it from the game instead. If you remove it from the game instead, Golbez never triggers, Golbez never searches for cards.
Right, of course.
They also run, sometimes Water Wind can also run things like the legendary Valor 4.
Right, yep.
The legend version of Valor 4 returns every character, or every forward in play to their owner's hand. Just upends
Pops
the board,
them,
just says, I'm not playing anymore.
Nah, I'm done, yep.
Start again.
Yeah, just rewind button.
And in a lot of cases, the Water Wind deck we get to basically just drop everything on the table at once again. Whereas the Golbez deck, because they're running all these different weird colours of forwards, they're not going to have the ability to play them back out. They're going to have to discard to hand size.
Yep, no, fair enough.
So, in the other part of that bracket, we have the match I believe we're going to show on stream once it starts. They're still being deck checked. Colin Harris versus Jonathan Tajajono, who has not been on stream. That's why we're getting him on there. It's also 4v5, so they're relatively close in terms of pairings.
Yeah. So it'll be the most equally skilled.
Mono Lightning versus a Water Wind deck. Now, Jonathan, as I said before, if you're sitting down against him, expect your deck to be empty.
Yeah.
So he is playing a much more mill-focused version of Water Wind, and that will be interesting to see how he does against Mono Lightning.
So Colin held out against Vince, who isn't quite going for mill, but he's very much going for build, slap. You know what I mean? So Colin held his nerve at 6 damage and managed to get through. So he's not afraid of doing that, but at the same time, it'll be interesting to see.
He doesn't want to be sitting there on 6 damage for too long, in case something slides under there.
Yeah.
Sometimes the decks might run cheeky little creatures,
yeah.
especially Wind. Wind is very good at having forwards that say can't be blocked by a particular condition.
Right, yep.
So there's Legendary Zidane that says your opponent can't block it with things that cost 4 or more.
Right. Has to be stopped by little stuff,
There's a spell in Opus 2, which is a 5/12 summon called Shemazai, which simply says all of your characters cannot be blocked by anything that costs more than it. So if you're playing a lot of low to the ground guys, your 2-drops can only be blocked by other 2-drops.
Right,
So the idea is you get rid of all their 2-drops, then you play Shemazai and you just go under them.
Wave through them, yeah.
Wave them through. So that's one side of the bracket. So we've got 2 Water Wind decks, Golbez and Mono Lightning.
Right.
Then on the other side of the bracket, we have Jason Lee versus Michael Fack. So we've got 2 Earth decks.
Yep.
That is going to be a long match.
I was going to say, that one, obviously Earth being generally the tankier kind of forwards.
Yeah, generally the tankier kind of forwards. They have a lot more ways to save themselves in case they get damaged, to save themselves from damage. So lots of can't be targeted. They're all, so for example, I would expect Jason Lee's deck to be running Vincent's as well. Right. For the simple fact that the legendary Vincent from Burst 2 can't be targeted by summons. Yep. So that's no Odins.
So it just can't be wiped, wiped out.
Can't be pinpoint killed.
Right.
If you're going to kill Vincent, it has to be in combat.
But like the old-fashioned, my points are higher than your points. Get out of here.
I'm bigger than you, or willing to trade.
Fair enough.
So that's Lightning Earth versus Mono Earth. Then we've got Chris Matisky versus Jason Z. This is Water Wind versus Earth Ice. When it comes to the online community, you've probably got the two. They're probably the 2 biggest mouths in the community. They're both very opinionated, very willing to express that opinion. And
we're willing to get a bit of banter.
They will definitely, the banter with them would be real.
Right. Even if we can't hear it.
Even if we can't hear it.
We'll probably hear it from here, but that's fair. You won't come through the mic.
I'm sure we'll have people coming in, sort of feeding us results as we go. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what sort of happens with it. Some of these matches I can't pick.
So that was going to be my next question to you. Is there something that you look at and you go, oh, well, that's going to be a blow-up?
I don't want to put the jinx on him because he's just walked past over there. But Jai he's on 8-0. He's been doing very well all day. Now, it is a tricky matchup, Golbez. So if he has once I see the deck lists, if he's got the tools in there in Potentia, now it is best of 3.
Yeah.
So we've gone from a single match, a single game format. Yeah. So now we're in best of 3 single Ilium. If you lose 2, you're out.
Yep.
So the fact that you're going to be playing at least 2 games, possibly 3, means you have more opportunities to make mistakes, but also more opportunities for your opponent. Plus
the other side as well is if something does catch you by surprise, you can recover from it. You know what I mean? You go, whoa, okay.
Well, I saw that. Yeah, it's like, I mean, I think a lot of these guys are probably talking to their mates, talking to each other. A lot of these guys have all got connections.
Talking
in
it
the
up,
community.
figuring,
They're all sort of saying, oh, is there anything weird in this guy's deck? Oh, so I'll watch out for this or whatever. Someone might. So, for example, Jai is running the 5-drop Emperor. As I said, I incorrectly sort of said, well, he's probably got the 4-drop Emperor. Yeah. Saw it was the 5-drop Emperor, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's a bit weird. And I spoke to him, and he sort of said, I run the 5-drop Emperor. Everyone assumes I run the 4-drop Emperor.
It works in
your
favour.
The fear of the 4-drop Emperor means that people make different plays.
Yeah.
So it's to his advantage. But if his opponent knows he doesn't have to worry about the 4-drop Emperor, that sort of...
You're a bit more inclined to, say, risk something that you wouldn't, because you're like,
You know that if you deal with 3 Emperors, that's it.
Yeah.
You're not... If you know where all 3 Emperors are, you know that there's no more coming.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about him destroying on fetching out the Emperor that shuts your board down.
Right.
And he's like, I asked him, like, why aren't you running one? Just
the pocket.
Just the pocket Emperor, just in case. And he's like, I don't need it. The fear is enough. The fear of it coming out is enough. And it's an interesting card choice. It's not a choice I would make. I would rather have that pocket one. Just, you know, just someone says, show me, and I'm like, there it is. Yeah. Deal with it. Just get my sunglasses on and deal with it.
Yeah. just put your clips on over the top.
No, not those anymore. I haven't got those anymore, but certainly used to.
All right, so for now, I think we'll call it. We'll give everyone a little bit of a break. So it'll be another 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20.
We are not far away, but we'll certainly, I'll certainly go over, get some information. I'll come back with the deck lists, and we can make some more concrete predictions.
Easy done. All right.
All right.
We'll see you guys very soon.
See you guys soon.